had clothes in the back. I put the dope on top, followed by a match, set it all on fire. And there goes my beans, and there goes my fresh attire, but they won't catch me. I'd rather see it all burn than do time for a half a cake. Then I looked at the two, and all of a sudden came the boys in blue, slammed me down on my face. No dope, no car, no case.
Hey, what up, you guys? This is Danny B. You're watching the Trash Stash, and in this video I'm going to be talking about The Punisher from 1989. Blu-ray comes with 3 cuts of the movie: the theatrical cut, the unrated cut, and also the work print cut. And the work print cut is actually a lot different than both versions of the other one. My favorite version, I would still say, is the theatrical version. Maybe the unrated. Unrated is pretty much the theatrical version with a few more like gorier scenes, so maybe that's my favorite version. There are some things in the work print cut that I like a little better though. This is my favorite Marvel movie. For a while it was Blade from 1998. This one, though, I think takes the spot. This one has a few key scenes in it that, to me, make it better than Blade. So, like, for example, there's a whole scene where Lou Gossett Jr. is talking to the Punisher, and he's trying to, like, get in his head and figure out what he's doing, like, why he's doing this. Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher is awesome. He's just, like, laying there. He's almost, like, lifeless. To me, it's just way more realistic than anything in any other Marvel movie.
What the fuck do you call 125 murders in 5 years, huh?
Work in progress.
This is no fucking joke here. They are going to electrocute you. And there's nothing I can do anything about. But you gotta talk to me, man. Let me in! Let me in! My fucking family too, right? They were my family too. Now let me in, goddamn. Let me in! I see. You wanna die? Is that what it is, huh? Well, fuck you. Go ahead and die. The Frank I knew died 5 years ago. Fuck you!
This one gets a lot of criticism because the Punisher doesn't have his skull on his shirt, but I actually like that. I think the skull would have made it a little bit more cheesy. They do put the skull on his knives. I like the skull. I like it in the comic books and stuff, but I think that's kind of cool that he doesn't have it in this. You got all these scenes of the Punisher in the sewers, like he lives in the sewers and he's screaming to God. He's like, "It's me, God. Why don't you punish the guilty, and why do you punish the innocent?" I don't know, he has this whole monologue. It's pretty awesome. Dolph Lundgren just absolutely kills this role. He's so good as the Punisher. Lou Gossett Jr. fucking kills it. Some of the other actors are kind of cheesy, like all the Mafia members, for example, are really cheesy in this. And this is actually an Australian film, believe it or not. They filmed it in Australia. New World Pictures had like a whole Australian film production down there. And this was the first movie they made, I believe. I really like that this doesn't hold anything back. You got the Punisher blowing people away, fucking throwing knives in their heads and all kind of crazy shit. You got this whole B story of the mob, like the Italian mob versus the Japanese Yakuza. And the Yakuza is kidnapping their kids and like threatening to kill their kids and stuff. And the Punisher's tangled up in the middle of that. And then for some reason he hangs out with this homeless poet. Everything this guy says is a rhyme, and it's super cheesy and ridiculous, but it's kind of funny. And Mel Gibson's brother is in this in one little scene. I think he gets shot in the head by the Punisher. But I was listening to the commentary, he's like, "Yeah, that's Mel Gibson's brother." I was like, oh, okay. So let's talk about the theatrical cut versus the work print cut. The work print cut has a couple scenes before he really became the Punisher, when he was still an officer. And it's got like a whole car explosion scene where his family's dying in a car explosion. Couple scenes of him like before he started drinking and everything. That stuff, the beginning stuff with his family and stuff, I actually do like that cut out, even though it's a cool scene and everything. I like how it starts out in the theatrical, where he's just already like living in the sewers and everything. What I do like a lot better in the work print cut, and this is going to be spoilers, so I will filter this in black and white, so you can skip through the black and white part if you just want to, if you don't want to spoil it. So what I do like better in the work print cut is this, like the scene where he kills the kid's father. The kid says, "I'm gonna kill you one day," and then Punisher hands him a gun and just goes, Do it now. Blow my head off. He's just screaming at this kid to blow his head off for like about a full minute. Do it. Pull the trigger. Blow my head off. They do have that scene in the theatrical, but it's much shorter. He just puts the gun to his head, sits there for a minute, and then the kid can't do it. In this, he's actually like screaming at the kid, making him cry. Blow my head off. Do it. Pull the trigger.
I'm gonna fight you, and I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, yeah? You want to learn how to use a gun? It's easy. All you gotta do is aim. Pull the trigger. Come on. Get it over with. Come on. Don't you want to be like your dad? Come on. Do it! Do it! Blow my head off! Huh? You need some help? Watch.
I like the intensity of that a lot better. The other thing from the work print cut that I like a lot better is there's a whole beginning assassination scene where he's assassinating these the mob members that kill his family. He breaks into their house, and the song "Mac the Knife" starts playing, and that song fits so much better in the scene than the music they used in the theatrical cut.
On you guys, party time. Joey.
Awesome movie, way more raw and real than any other Marvel movie, with the exception of maybe Blade, the first Blade. The Spider-Man Sam Raimi movies, they're fun, but Spider-Man's supposed to kind of be like campy and, you know, like that a little bit. I mean, would I rather watch, like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. walking around making sarcastic remarks as Iron Man, or would I want to watch fucking Dolph Lundgren living in the sewers, screaming to God about his dead family? I like that kind of thing more than, you know, the other stuff. So I'm going to give this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's The Punisher from 1989. I do like the other Punisher movies too, but this is my favorite. Alright guys, it's Danny B. You're watching the Chase Dash. Let me know what you think of The Punisher. Let me know your favorite Punisher movie. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.